Hey guys, welcome back to Lootcast. We're going to be doing our Loot Table, which is a free format. As always, I'm your host, Taco. We've got...
the also delicious special guest, Mike the Comic Guy.
Fill yourself there, right? Anyway, Space Case, he just derailed me, sorry. Go.
I've got the train back on track. This is EB0.
DJ Drips.
And that's right, I introduced myself as special guest. I know it's audacious, but...
I think he's going to be the special guest multiple times.
How special is this guest? Do we need to have a fork with a cork
Well,
on it? And
you know how,
make
like,
sure
your-
he doesn't stab himself?
You know how your favorite brand will sometimes put, like, new flavor, but then they leave new flavor on the packaging for, like, a decade?
Oh.
He's that kind of special guest.
But
He's-
not New Coke.
I was about to say, he's New Coke.
Welcome back.
Hey, at least
Good
you're
to
not
see you
Pepsi Clear.
Yeah,
It's
hey.
Crystal Pepsi.
Crystal
Crystal
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Same thing.
I lived it.
They're thinking about bringing that back, but
I
yeah.
would just totally get it.
I don't drink Pepsi. It's too sweet.
Give me the Japanese ones. I want, like, Pepsi Cucumber and Pepsi Tabasco sauce.
I'll
I've
drink all
had
your
that,
shit.
actually. But anyway. So, Mike, what do you do?
I have 10 years collective experience working in the comics and geekery industry, selling everything from Magic to Pokemons, and I don't mean that derisively. I love any game that's basically being Michael Vick and being celebrated for it.
raise your hand if you play Pokemon. You
So
can't see this, but
I
all
just
of
started.
except for DJ
4 out of
Grips.
5.
raise
That's
his
right.
hand.
I
How
just
many
started
have-
again.
How many love the fire starters? What?
No.
Chinchar? It's a monkey that's on fire that knows kung fu. That's on fire!
I'm gonna reach out to all 7% of our listeners who are gonna agree with me. I'm a graph starter guy.
Snivy!
You do it because it's harder, not because they're cool.
No, because I like them.
It's all about water
Snivy
starters.
is the shit, dude.
Are you
Like,
kidding me?
he's a
Snivy
grass
is pretty
snake with a little, like, I'm gonna...
I don't even
I don't
care
even
about
care anymore.
the first evolution, the base. It's all about that third. You got Blastoise and Porygon.
If I had to
Eh.
pick, I would
Eh.
pick Ivysaur, not Venusaur.
You're talking about water starters. We bring you back to Mudkips.
Yep, no. Mudkips never happened.
Marky
Marsh.
Marsh, you
Okay,
don't have enough badges to trade.
Mega Marshtomp looks like a total badass. I
No,
don't
he
care who
looks
you are.
like a total idiot.
That's your opinion, and you're allowed to be wrong because it's America. But Mega Marshtomp is amazing.
Who's the one who is not shown up for our
Look,
repeated Pokemon?
we've already decided it's going to be the best out of 11, and I've just defaulted the first 5 to you. But I really think I'm going to pull it out
Yeah.
on the next 6 fights.
Yeah.
So
Welcome to Lucas, everybody. This is what we do.
Oh. Anyways, yeah, 10 years experience in the geek industry, centering on comics, and about 30 years as experience being a geek. Yes, I'm only 32, and yes, it started that early.
he is he was the face man for what was my favorite geeky hangout for a long time.
The
Rest in
Dragon's Lair?
peace, the Dragon's Lair. Yes.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Even the nail salon that replaced it, Dale.
Yep.
It's a curse.
You are the guy that was my weekly hookup for comics and games and cards. And
It didn't start that way. It's the knowledge started because I was too poor to buy them when I was a kid. So I went to the school's computer and read about my favorite heroes after watching X-Men and Spider-Man on TV and
Right.
the Bruce Timm animated
Oh, yeah.
universe.
Well, it's not exactly
That
a
is my
cheap
Batman.
hobby. So
No, God, no.
It's very expensive.
But I suggest worming your way, having enough charisma and likability to work someplace and get some sort of discounted or store credit model.
a life
That's
pro
a
tip
really
from
good
the
way
life
to do
pro
it.
tip from the Lootcast:
Yeah.
sneak your way into your favorite store as an employee to get free stuff.
But yeah, basically, well, I worked at a game shop back in Arizona where I'm from called Beyond Gaming, that's now defunct, where I fed my habits and made them sell graphic novels of Sandman and Transmetropolitan. And then hang around the Dragon's Lair enough every week when comics came out. I started, hey, can I help you put them away so I get first look? To talking about it. It's like, oh, this kid knows more than me.
Yeah.
It's like 10 years ago, man. But maybe less. My perception of time's weird.
That's how I feel going into Best Buy. Best Buy's like, hey, can I help you? And I'm just like, I know more than you. So
The Ron Swanson effect.
And-
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
We also should mention the fact that we hung out with me and Mike hung out with the same people in our hometown, or in my hometown. He came and visited my hometown. And somehow we missed each other every single time. Like, we could have been friends for like 20 years.
Yeah.
But
like,
no.
you were the guy who gave me my first, like, bucket full of magic cards.
Yep, because I sold him most of my magic cards because I was like, I'm fucking done with magic.
So your magic cards are the reason why I almost failed high school?
Yeah, probably.
That and Pokemon.
Because I sold them all because I'm like, nah, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
And Zach, him and his wife came in while they were dating in high school to the comic shop.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't start out as like trying to be the most knowledgeable person, but people fucking challenge you on this shit.
Uh-huh.
They'll come in there like, oh yeah, well what's this, this? I'm like, then you have to bust out everything and studying the previews every month and trying to analyze who will buy what because you have to order 2 months in advance.
Well, I mean,
You
it's
pick up quick.
sales, and the root of all sales is trust. You have to build trust. So,
And it came out of passion. It's not like, hey, buy this because I want your money. It's,
Right.
hey, buy this because I want you to see how cool it is.
right.
So let's start with some credibility. What is your favorite comic book?
Oh.
It has to be absolute favorite. I'm not going to take genre or universe or.
And no top tens either.
Oh, that's so hard.
All comic books through all time of history are going to be destroyed except this one.
Right now, like, it used to be Transmetropolitan because it's amazing, but right now I'd have to say James Robinson and Tony Harris's Starman from the 90s, because it resonates as a hunter-collector, because the main character runs basically a thrift store, not thrift store, but like where you hunt down like really cool things like old Fiesta-ware or Art Deco.
Yeah,
It's kind of the
spaceships and
curio
shit.
shop.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
like that.
That
and
was
he's-
a fantastic comic.
It really is. And he goes across everywhere hunting for these things that are passions of his, like old collector thingies, which resonated as the game card collector, comic collector in me. And then through it, he's at first the son of a father who doesn't understand him, and then later becomes a father himself, while all the while over 60 plus issues, and growing into his own version of the role of Starman, which is started as in the 40s. And so it resonates a lot with me right now because I've gone from bachelor of 10 years to a father of 2 in the span of 5 years, and married the one that got away. So it's really, really interesting how much that reflects my life.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing about Starman for the first time either on, I don't think it was Fat Man on Batman, but I'm almost positive it was Comic Book Man, the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It just turns out to be one of their favorite comic series as well, and they talk about it on that. I always listen to that show, and I'm just learning so much stuff. Every time they mention something I haven't heard before, I'm automatically pausing it, and then I just go Google it. And
I have all 4 or 5 volumes of the hardbound deluxe edition. So I'm more happy to go ahead and pass that around and have that, at least like the first volume, be a book club cast later on.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
The
I already
first
read,
place-
yeah, you loaned that to me a while back. It was really good.
The first place I heard about Starman was from you when I asked you what I should read, and
Yeah.
you said Starman. So
The cool
Yeah.
thing is, they're actually doing a reality show where people are pitching their ideas, or the goal of the reality show is to create a TV series based on Starman.
Really?
Tony Harris has been posting lots of stuff about him manufacturing like the staff and some other stuff. So I haven't heard a lot about it, but I'm really excited. I'm instead of having that in the hands of some corporate creator, having someone who has a passion has to fight for that, I'm okay with.
So, on that note, let's maybe go around and say our favorite comic books, and I'll start with that. It's got to be The Amazing Spider-Man.
well,
100%.
all right. Well, I won't answer then because
Yeah.
you stole mine.
Well, you can take any other the arc, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Like at any particular era of Amazing Spider-Man?
I first was introduced to The Amazing Spider-Man in the 90s cartoon.
A great
and-
place.
And that was amazing to me. And it just grew from there. And it grew into, the now horrible Spider-Man films, 1, 2, and 3. And
Okay.
At the
First
time, we liked them.
Exactly.
At the time,
Two
we
for
liked them.
yourself.
And yes, 2's still good. Just
Fight
because
me, you
of,
can remove the superhero.
Fight me, you
supervillain.
scrub lords.
I'm just saying,
because those movies didn't happen.
I'm just saying, like, I had this discussion earlier with a coworker. I'm saying at the time we had nothing to compare them to.
yeah.
They were awesome. They were brand new.
Nope.
And then
I don't
once
agree with any of this.
once Marvel started putting out Iron Man and all those other high-budget films, they just blew them out of the water. They had nothing to compare them to.
My issue with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is, I had to give some personal context here. My dad was a giant comic book fanatic to the level that, Mike, you are. He had thousands of comics, okay? He had every single issue of the Hulk except for 5. The ones that would have cost him thousands of dollars. I loved Spider-Man growing up. He was like my idol growing up. And when the Tobey Maguire movies came out, I was just disappointed. And for some reason, I still watched all 3 of them. Because to me, Spider-Man was a nervous young kid who made jokes to essentially ease his anxiety. You know, he's thrown into something bigger than himself, and he cracks jokes as like a safety mechanism. And Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is a sad, pathetic excuse for that character in my eyes.
Because there's no quips.
None. There was no humor. It's just sad.
All thwip and no quip, man.
Exactly. And that's not my Spider-Man.
He had a lot of nerd to him as well. And there was still some teenage angst, which was the epitome of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Peter Parker in general. But the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man are probably my absolute favorite.
Yep.
They're better. They put Gwen there. And
Oh my god.
Yep.
all of the old Romita era stuff.
The fact that they started with Gwen, I was just like, yay, because I was always a fan of Gwen more than Mary Jane. I said it. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Gwen is amazing.
You're in a safe place.
And now she is a spider person.
She is
I
Spider-Man.
know the new.
Spider-Man
Yes,
is
it looks
amazing.
awesome. I want to read it so bad.
It's a really great example of creative cohesion, where the artist, the writer, the colorist, even, and the sense of music throughout those issues that have come out so far are a unifying thing, and that's brilliant. That's what Transmetropolitan had. That's what Starman had, and also you, sir, Zach. You are the reason my oldest son is not named Jack.
Oh, yeah? I stole the name from you?
Yeah, but that's all right. So,
I was going to take Spider-Man, but if I had to pick another one, there was a series you had me read called Why the Last Man.
Oh god,
That was really good. And if I had to pick one to recommend, it would be that. I don't think I could say it's my favorite, but if I can't pick Spider-Man, I would pick Why the Last Man.
Just real quick on Spider-Man before we move on. Can I just say how great it is that the 70s Japanese version has been solidified into the Spider Universe now?
Yes.
Spider-Man
Yeah, no, I'm
with
super
Leopardon and everything. Oh my god, that
I'm
was so
super
awesome.
excited. I love the Marvel Now direction. The Spider-Verse is amazing. I personally own a Amazing Spider-Man number 700.
nice.
And it's I think it's a near mint at 9.8, something like that. So I love it. It's going to be amazing, and I love the Ultimate series as well. Any media, the cartoon.
The new
actually
cartoon
really good.
looks
Yeah,
awesome.
it's a lot of fun. I have all but less than 10 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, that's very impressive.
The first one I have is from the issue number 1 I have is the Free Comic Book Day edition.
That came
From the
with.
very first Free Comic Book Day, signed by Joe Quesada.
That's pretty awesome.
I picked up that issue in the theater with
Nice.
because it came out with Star Wars. Or
My
Star Wars,
favorite-
Spider-Man the movie.
other than the
crossover.
number 700, I think my favorite in my collection right now is I have the 5-part series of the Arachnite by Todd McFarlane and Stan Lee, and I have all 3 issues of number 5. Oh no, sorry, number 1. They had 2 variants, the silver and the gold, and I have all 3: the original, the silver, and the gold variant
Nice.
of that series, and it's probably my favorite out of my collection.
Well, we were talking about our favorites, so Casey, what is your favorite?
I'm going to be that guy and choose the indie comic because that's always what I've gravitated to. But Bone by Jeff Smith
Bone is another perfect one.
oh my god, it's my elevator pitch for it for anybody that I try to get to read it. It's what if Warner Brothers had made Lord of the Rings, and oh my god, it's just so good.
With more heart, too.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
like
fantastic.
Yeah.
Watch it. Because if you don't think there's heart in Lord of the Rings, we're going to need to do a separate cast.
I'm like not
Okay.
not Lord of the Rings
Like,
aspects,
there's
like
a lot
the
of-
Warner Brothers
There's a lot of
aspects.
heart in Lord of the Rings, but there's a lot of fucking words, too.
Yeah,
That's
That
true.
man can describe trees.
Oh my god,
This
it's
is true.
grass. He can describe grass all day.
Everything fucking walked in those movies.
And
Sorry.
walking. Yes. I understand it is the book of walking. That's fine. But don't say there's not passion in it.
No, that's
yeah.
fair.
2 issues a year for 15 years that he put that out. Because it started in '92, and I read it the whole time, and then finally they came out with that 1 book edition, and I bought that immediately because it was fantastic to be able to. It's in awful condition now because I've loaned it out to pretty much everybody here.
That's how you know you love something.
Yeah. DJ?
I'm also going to go with an indie comic that I don't think anybody else in this group has read. It's called Unsounded. It's a web comic, so it's not
Physical.
I think the person who's doing it is starting to do some physical. But yeah, that one, it's hard to describe. It's about a zombie is taking the daughter of a thief lord to meet with her cousin to collect on the bills he owes to her father. And
So comedy ensues?
yes, at times, but it gets really serious and super dark and just, it is amazing. Oh, I love it. I love it so much.
No, and we apologize if this podcast specifically is going to make a comic book askew. I mean, it's just the
Well, we do have a
present
comic book
company.
special guest.
Exactly.
So.
If you haven't figured it out 18 minutes in of us talking about comics, if this one's going to focus mostly on comics,
I
may
haven't
not
that-
quite be the level of intelligence
Yeah.
we're looking for now.
I can relate anything to comics. I can explain anything in comic book logic. I'm also the kind of geek that is hopeful. So like Casey, who is usually not when it comes to adaptations. Or
Oh no, I'm cynical as fuck.
Yeah, you're totally. I'm the exact opposite. I am like, okay, it's a different universe. There's a multiverse in the comics, so I can enjoy this separately from this, or it can disappoint me separately from this. I tend to enjoy more stuff that way.
Yeah.
See, I enjoy most stuff the other way because I always expect everything to be shit. So when it's good, I'm like, oh,
I go in there
nice.
expecting nothing and go, okay, let's see what this is.
See,
And pleasantly surprised 9 times out of 10.
unfortunately, I feel the exact way about the new Spider-Man. I guess it's the Sony and Marvel team up movie that they're putting out. I can't endorse it whatsoever
Right there with you.
because of what they have so far on it.
What they have him as a kid. They have, hopefully, with the writing and the talent that they've harvested, they have him being funny.
Well, I just the actor. When I heard the actor for Spider-Man, I just couldn't take it.
I don't know anything he's been in so far.
Exactly.
I just heard when I heard Marissa Tomei as Aunt May, I'm like, I still find her really, really attractive, and would any day would take her out to Arby's. But
So the Dr.
No,
Octopus
you
set up
can't-
a complex?
Okay.
He almost married Aunt May.
He
Oh,
did.
okay.
He did
So,
almost marry Aunt
Casey,
May.
the other day we were talking about this, and I'm pretty sure the words you said is Aunt May should not be a woman that you'd still have sex with.
Yeah, no, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
I just can't endorse it. I'm going in with zero feeling towards it. And that's very hard for me to do with something that I grew up with
Right.
and I feel 100% about. And I was excited beyond belief when I heard that Marvel was going to reclaim Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was good too. So, because we'll see how it goes with the
Civil War.
Civil War with him and that, and then I'll make judgments after that.
The thing is that the actor can only do so much.
Yeah.
And if the
Yeah.
director's right, if the writing's right, you can make Shia LaBeouf look good.
Hey, Shia LaBeouf always looks good. We don't judge just because he's cannibal. But
I
let's
kind of
talk.
like him more now as a gentleman, right?
Let's talk about one of the most controversial things that's come up in the geek sphere: the proposed Star Wars spin-off with a young Han Solo. Who are they going to cast as a young Han Solo?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Did you see who is writing and directing it?
I didn't.
Chris Miller and Phil Lord, creators of Clone High and the Lego Movie.
So we'll love it no matter.
It's going to be fantastic.
Maybe,
they
but-
are 2 of my favorite creators out there.
Well,
so.
I think this is not a recast or a reboot or any of that. You can't cast someone different in it. They have to look like a young Harrison Ford.
Well, they don't have to.
Yeah,
Not necessarily.
You could cast a young Bruce Willis and use
Well,
That's true.
what I mean
computer
is,
graphics to.
well, it's not a reboot or something though, so they can't cast like Hai-Kun Lee from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt or someone like that. They can't do that. It has to be
Well, yeah, he's
like a white dude.
got to
yeah.
be a white dude and everything. But go back and watch A New Hope compared to Empire,
Mhm.
and look at how different.
Han?
No,
Chewbacca?
not Han. God damn it, Luke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was in a car accident
yeah.
between the movies, and he looks completely different, but we still bought it. Like it's in the
also
same.
lost- I mean, he lost body parts and went through transition.
I know ulterior motive with this because I think that Sam Claflin would be a perfect cast for it.
You suggest him for everything.
This is literally
He's
the
like,
only
he should
thing.
he should be Link. If they do a live action
He'd be a good Link.
Zelda,
He'd be a good
I
Link.
think he
Who
would
is
be.
he?
Sam Claflin? Have you seen The Hunger Games?
Yes.
He is, you know, the handsome guy that joins her with the sphere and the old lady.
Yeah.
In the first one.
I can't picture it.
Anyways,
I'm
he's
consulting
him.
Lord Google.
So, yes, please consult our AI overlord. But no, if you look at him, he looks like a young Han. He's already got the whole like suave, shut up, I know it, baby kind of attitude.
Yeah.
And he's done it in action movies, so I can't really think of anyone else that fit as well.
I actually like DJ's suggestion of Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
You put Chris Pratt in anything.
yeah, you literally could. You could cast him as
Well,
a
Why is he not in Ghostbusters?
right? Because they only want vaginas.
Well,
No, they have the
who's the receptionist?
yeah. Oh, crap.
Because they
Who do
switched
they have?
roles.
They gender swapped.
Gilbert
I
got
forgot.
It's not Gilbert Gottfried.
But
Go Boston! What do you want?
that's amazing. Back to your point about the portraying an actor that's portraying a character that at a different age. As reviled as those movies were, Ewan McGregor did a really great job with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
And you have a lot
but
of the
he's
same
so
creative
old
force.
that you can go back and it's, you know, like...
interpret what he
Have
looks
you
like.
fucking
Right.
seen Han Solo lately?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I've seen
Oh my
Harrison
God.
Ford.
Like, oh yeah, that's right. You didn't watch anything because you want to go in clean.
Right.
We're
Yes.
going. You seriously? You haven't seen?
You
any
didn't
of
see
them?
the new freaking
I want
special
to be
effects thing, man.
spoiled as
How-
possible.
Think of anything you've gotten excited about recently. Did you go on the internet and read about it? Because I've done that to myself on just about everything and ruined it walking in. Like, Pokemon is a perfect example. I'm a giant Pokemon fan. If you're not, I feel very sorry for you. When X and Y came out, when it was out, I already knew everything about it. And it kind of spoiled the magic that I had.
It was magical not knowing much about it going in.
Exactly. You're like, you go under grass and you don't know what you're going to see. Yeah, and I want that with the Star Wars movie. So,
Also, we're gonna trade those Pokemon later. I need the evolution.
yes, I got the hook.
Yeah, I gotta. Whenever I get my Kadabra, I do need to
give me your
evolve it
friend
to
codes,
Alakazam.
guys.
Oh yeah, I will definitely. Maybe he'll fight me, Zach. Maybe he'll
Hey,
me.
I just was giving you a big enough handicap.
You
that
were
we
giving me
finally
no
do.
handicap.
I have 685 Pokemon captured on my thing, and I really want that damn shiny charm.
With the 3% of you, I don't speak this moon speak either.
We haven't even gotten to IVs or EVs
so
or
I haven't done
or
that,
natures.
but-
You don't EV train?
The
Oh,
Masuda
I'll
method.
definitely battle
You
you.
teach me.
Let us battle
Will
right
you be
now.
my Poke Sensei?
I will be everything as long as I
Or
beat you.
too.
I will be
It takes a
your.
village to raise a Pokemon.
I'll be your. You'll be my little Mac.
Do you
For,
have?
for those who don't know, it's Pokemon. The world is if your dog breathed fire and you trained it to beat the shit out of your neighbor's dog for money and fame and become world famous, collecting various animals that shoot various
Elementals?
elements out of various orifices. And there's what started as a lowly 151
Yeah, 151.
is now 716.
700 and something.
Yeah, 700.
Craziness.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun game, stripping away the I guess by now annoying anime if you're coming in at it as an adult.
Yeah.
Though the Origins was kind of cool that it actually just replayed the
Pokemon
first one.
Origins is
Origins,
one of my
that was-
favorite
that was
miniseries.
I
and wish
can't believe it ended. I was very upset.
But it's a really good
I was just gonna be a
RPG
freak.
that they build complexity upon a complexity with each passing one.
I've got to
And
pause.
it has the
and-
collectability of any cardboard crack you can have out there.
I got to go back because you said that you were always really hopeful.
Yes.
The fact that you feel the need to explain what Pokemon is to the people that will be listening to this shows how hopeful you are about who will be listening to this.
I just really like the my pitch for Pokemon and like the Michael Vick analogy.
Yeah.
Where we put him in jail and there you can get into secret clubs and get really, really rich.
Yeah.
And stop nefarious criminals.
My favorite thing about Pokemon is just like imagining that those bugs are the bugs in the world. Like, if you hit a bug now, a bumblebee with your car, fine. But if you hit a bee drill in your car, Jesus!
You're
Like-
gonna wreck your car. Actually, if you're going by in-game lore, if you watch the anime series, there are animals
Yeah.
that are not Pokemon. the very first episode shows birds and mice. So
There's also very little...
I was very old when that came out, like much too old for it. So
I will say, if I lived in the Pokemon world, I would not really want to collect, but eat each and every one of them.
I'd try Magikarp only.
Really?
Because he's useless.
I'd eat everything.
I wouldn't
Motherfucker.
eat a
Don't talk
Pikachu.
that way about Mr. Fishy.
I would not eat a Pikachu.
I would eat a Pikachu.
Did you really just say
because
Magikarp's useless?
Yeah.
Mr. I don't want a Gyarados?
Come over
I've
here
got
and
a red
splash that to my
Gyarados.
face.
I have a red shiny...
Fight me IRL, bro.
It's not Gyarados? I've only read that.
It's whoever... I mean, that's the best part about Pokemon. When we were growing up, we didn't have, real good access to the internet.
Right.
I mean, we can't say that we didn't have the internet, because it was there. But it wasn't like we could get on it every day. It was a special day at school or go down to the library.
This was back when the internet, when you didn't let your kids go into Yahoo Chat ever.
Yeah.
Ever!
And we did anyway.
I didn't
But
realize it took me 14 years to catch a shiny.
Yeah.
it takes a long time. That's almost as bad as, EV and IV training or mating. But I digress. This is the time when you played it by yourself or with your siblings, and you made up your own rules, and you made up your own names, and you made up pretty much everything backstory about it. Because red, blue, yellow, and green, they were very, very minimal. They didn't have any story.
Take a Pokemon, go kill things.
We'll
See ya.
probably I'll tackle this more in the creative workshop segment that I do, but for me, it's really what got me into emergent narrative games now that don't have a story baked in. They just have events that happen that allow your mind to create their own narrative. Pokemon did that. You made up your own story in your head. Dwarf Fortress does that. I mean, that's
Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah, exactly. You end up kind of making your own headcanon.
If I could have all the hours back on things I built on Minecraft and then didn't get a picture up before the server crashed or updated.
So you get those hours back so that you could rebuild them? Because that's what I would
And
do.
then save them.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I've killed mountains, bitch.
Yeah. No, it's...
I'm that guy in the room that hates Minecraft, so I'll say it. What?
Casey tends to hate fun in general.
No, I don't hate fun. I
He
just
loves
want...
to hate.
If I want to play with Legos, I'll go buy Legos.
You
You know how
can't get
Legos
Legos
are
that
expensive?
scale.
You know
Okay.
how expensive oil is? That's why Legos are expensive.
Whatever.
That and licensing, they're doing a really good job.
Lego
Whenever they
Dimensions.
made it.
Lego Doctor Who. Tell your friends.
No, don't...
No, Minecraft Legos. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That was voted on by the CUSOS program.
I know.
The people wanted that. That was democracy.
So any ending remarks? Anybody want to talk about anything? Current news, events?
Yes, I do, actually. It is with extreme regret that I report that Satoru Iwata has passed away today. He is the CEO, or was the CEO of Nintendo. He is a programming genius, and he is the man who, though you didn't know it, is largely responsible for the Mother series, for Pokemon, for Mario. Yeah, and you wouldn't know that because he rarely puts his name on anything. A perfect example, we're talking about Pokemon. When Generation 2 of Pokemon came out, they could not fit it on a cartridge. They had Satoru Iwata show up. He not only fit it on a cartridge, he saved enough space that they put the entire of the Gen 1 map on it. He's the reason you have the Gen 1 map in your Generation 2 game.
It was mind-blowing.
Gen
Yes.
2 was, for those of you who don't know, that's gold, silver,
Right.
and I guess crystal.
Yes. So he not only saved enough space to fit it on the cartridge, he saved enough space to fit the entire map from the first game on it as well.
And-
Wow.
We're going to have a Pokecast, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, I guarantee it.
You need to play.
The
That'll
Mother
be my,
series.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Do you
know.
have a 3DS?
No.
He can borrow one.
Yeah.
Mother, for those who don't know, is the single greatest RPG of all time.
High five.
Best known for Earthbound.
Earthbound in America. For those who don't realize, if you know who Ness is or Lucas and Smash Brothers, it's the games they're from. That was created by Itoi, who didn't know any programming or game design at all.
He was an author and advertising guy
Yep.
in Japan.
That makes a lot of
He was Iwata who created a system from scratch to allow him to get all of his script into the game. So he, like I said, humble guy, programming genius, and sadly, he's passed away. So
It's very sad to hear.
we'll now have a moment of silence for him.
We tip our Mario hats to you, sir.
And on that down note, I don't know what comes next. I just figured.
Thanks for listening, Lucas. That was really depressing. Bye.
Oh, no, but that was Weeaboo News.
Comic-Con.
Weeaboo
happened.
News.
Weeaboo news. Oh,
Weeaboo News.
Casey, please.
There's a series I have to tell you guys about, and we're going to have to watch at some point, because it's just amazing. It's called Dragon No,
Chaos Dragon.
Chaos Dragon. That was right. Sorry, I
Is
told
it
you
about the gayest dragon?
No, Chaos Dragon, sir. So, imagine all of the big creators of anime, like the guy that wrote Durarara, which I don't know if I've made you watch yet, or Baccano. Fantastic show.
Pico?
Don't bring that up. I will. Fate Stay Night, Madoka Magica. Those creators got into a room with a GM, who was also a creator, played a week-long campaign, like 8-9 hour sessions a day, and recorded all of it. Then they took those recordings, made a story out of it, and now it's an anime.
Are you telling me there is a Dragonlance of anime?
Yeah. Well, the original, God dang it, the old one with Deed Litton Park. Yeah, Lotus War with regular.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the creators that did that.
Finished that.
Those weren't direct. Like they didn't play D&D directly to make that, but those were like their D&D characters from the 70s. They were just like, we like those stories we did. Why don't we just keep these characters and make more stuff in this universe? Mm-hmm. But this was just a anime directly made from a pen and paper RPG, wow. And that sounds fantastic to me. So
yeah, I watch a little bit of anime. I haven't really done it in 10 years. From my touch point, I remember Toonami with Tom, and so I know
since you're so into Saint Seiya, they played Dragon Ball, Tenchi Muyo.
I got that bootleg. Tenchi Muyo was awesome.
Yeah,
I got bootleg versions of Guyver when I was a kid.
Since you're so into comics, what one you really need to watch to get into the series or to get into the genre is Bakuman.
Wait, is that the guy who?
The guys that
superhero, supervillain thingy?
No.
Okay.
Bakuman was created by the guy that did, or the team that did Death Note, actually. But it's about the comics industry in Japan. 2 kids in high school doing this as a hobby, and they're like, I want to do this for a living. And they just, them trying to break into the comics industry in Japan. It's fantastic.
Novel, The Escapist. But you reminded me of Bastard. I want to rewatch that.
Bastard was fantastic. Oh god, that's just the epitome of 80s cheese. And
what about Samurai Flamenco? If he wants to get into the series,
that was also
from a comic book perspective.
Samurai Flamenco is about a guy who is a model who really likes Super Sentai shows and wants to become a hero in real life and just decides to do it. It's basically a more comical Kick-Ass. Because he just gets the shit kicked out of him. Like, that's just the shit. He has this detective friend that he does stuff with. It's good. It's good.
All right, so you need to send me links to where I can find this stuff.
Yeah. Bakuman is on Crunchyroll.
Okay, Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. Shout out to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll.com. We would love to be sponsored, just saying.
But we're not.
But we're not.
This is not a shill. We just like it.
Come on, Stamps.com. Damn
it! Well,
any other news from anybody else?
I think if you guys are really enjoying these formats or you have any suggestions, please comment them below. Always send us an email at officiallootcast@gmail.com. I think that's the right one, isn't it?
Yes, Lootcast Official, I thought it was.
Is it Lootcast Official? Either way, we'll have it somewhere.
Try both, and we'll just go ahead and steal both now.
Yeah. And then we have other formats, like we were just talking about, our We Have a Wednesdays, now hosted by our very own Space Case. Everybody applaud.
Yay!
And then we're going to have a creative workshop hosted by our very own EV0.
Okay, yeah. Come on, guys. We're all in this together.
And you guys,
I had a sucker in my mouth, sorry.
And you guys already know about LootTable because you're listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're lost and have no idea what's going on.
And again, any suggestions at all, if you guys love us, hate us, please tell us. We'll probably just ignore you on the hates, but who cares?
Now, and if you're joining us now, you get to join us in a really fun and exciting time because we're experimenting. We're looking for our core audience. And if that's you, tell us what you like because we want to cater to you.
Yeah. So from everybody here at the Lootcast Troop, thanks for listening. That's all the time that we have today. Again, this is Taco.
Mike the Comic Guy.
Space Case.
EB0.
DJ Drips.
See you guys next time.
Yeah, seriously, my wife's out with angry kids who are waking up now.